I'm Gloria Strode, and welcome to Straightforward. Today, I have the awesome team of Renal Associates. Welcome, Dr. Smith and Dr. Alcaide. Thank you.
Thank you for...
You all are head and shoulders above the rest. I am partial because I have my own story about the awesome care that you all provided for my father. But I do know we have a major problem in the community where many of us are on dialysis or we have hypertension. As Dr. Smith and we've said before, we're eating everything we want to eat. We can't have all of that pig feed and all of the fried chicken and all of those things because it really has some wear and tear on our bodies. Absolutely. So today I just want you to share all of the helpful information that you can so we can make sure that people maintain their health. Even when you're caring for them, you know, we still have things that we need to do to help you to help us. So Dr. Smith, what would you like to share?
Well, thanks once again for having us here. We certainly appreciate the platform to be able to try and help to educate patients and our community nonetheless. And what you said is absolutely true. You know, we are kidney doctors. We're nephrologists. There are 5 of us in the group, and our focus obviously is protection and care of the kidneys. That includes preventive medicine because yes, we have dialysis and I feel we do well with that. We take good care of our dialysis patients, but our primary goal is to keep people off of dialysis.
For as long as
we possibly can.
Right.
We know that's not always possible, but that is our goal. So preventive medicine is absolutely key. And what you speak of in terms of diet and of exercise and of us trying to improve people's lifestyles, all of that is key and important in that preventive step.
Okay, so Dr. Alcaide, I know that of course you all are partners of this awesome organization. Are you seeing something different in the rural communities in terms of people? Are the health challenges more difficult out in the rural counties than when you're in the urban areas?
I don't think there's really a big difference. The one thing I'd just like to emphasize is that no matter where you go, there's got to be people with diabetes, with high blood pressure. And so our emphasis is always for those patients who are nonetheless afflicted by it, that they make sure that they go to their doctors regularly so that their diabetes and high blood pressure can be properly controlled. So at least they don't go on dialysis or at least have a kidney problem.
Right.
I would like to add to that. I agree with Dr. Alcaide. You know, the disease is everywhere. You can go anywhere and find diabetes and hypertension.
Right.
But in terms of your question regarding the rural communities, what I think I find is that sometimes these patients are seeking or getting medical care later.
Oh, it's
later
not
in
available.
the course, because be it transportation, be it financial limitations, be it what have you, we see it later. And obviously, later is not better. You know, it's better to discover things earlier so that you can try and work on the preventive measures we discussed. So sometimes I think access to health care when people are in rural communities is a little bit different. To that point, you know, myself and my partners, we make a point of going to some of these areas.
Well, I know. You're all over the place.
We're all over the place.
I think you really sleep in your cars because you have such a large territory.
Correct.
But the population is not like being in New York or Los Angeles.
Correct.
But the geography is so wide in terms of the people that you all are trying to serve. And I'm very happy about that because I do know in some of the rural Georgia counties, services, you know, might not be.
And that's the point, you know. We're in Columbus, of course, that's our base. That's always going to be our base. But at the same time, even before I came here, my partners before me identified that there is a need in some of these rural counties in Georgia to have a physician, a nephrologist that will go out there and that can be there, and then the patients won't have to try and come so far. So your areas like Buena Vista, you know, we go there. We make a point to go there so that those patients may have at least a little inkling of what it is that they need to be doing as well. So I certainly think that's important in the South and in Georgia where we live.
Right. So Dr. Alcaide, do you see where, and I know I'm very guilty of this, I've probably had fried chicken 3 times in the last 7 days, which is not good because I take blood pressure medicine. But, you know, I fall off the wagon quite often. What do you do with someone like me to try to help me stay on the path so I won't end up having to go on dialysis. Do you have nutrition classes or
yes, okay.
dietitians?
One of the things we have in our office, and that's also provided for by the dialysis company that we work with, are what we call the CKD or CKD Smart classes.
Okay.
Now, they're basically educational classes that our patients with kidney problem, or minimal at that, or even worse, they go there with their families, and there's a dietitian, usually even a nurse sometimes,
really?
that hold these classes and talk about all aspects of kidney problem. And again, emphasis on the diet and things what to watch out for. And ultimately, they discuss about modalities of dialysis. So hopefully we don't get to that point.
Right.
But again, I think that.
So you do have some on-site support for people that fall off the wagon like me.
And let me just say, these are free classes. These are free classes that we offer as a practice. We think, once again, that preventive medicine is important. So we think that the chronic kidney disease education classes are important because, as Dr. Alcaide said, they emphasize nutrition. They emphasize a lot of the things that we think will help our patients who are not ESRD, not end-stage renal disease yet, but the chronic kidney disease patients before they get to that point. We try and help them to slow down that progression. And between the nutrition, we have a dietitian there, sometimes even a nurse, and they give them this free education. And this is not just for renal associate patients. We, you know, it's available to any patient in the community.
Really?
If they're interested, you know, and it's a free class that we offer. Absolutely. And we try and let primary care physicians in the area know about its availability so that they know that they can refer their patient to that. They can get in touch with the people in our facilities that run the programs so that they don't have to send their patient to us. If the patient is seeing another nephrologist, that's fine. The education is still important for our community.
Absolutely. Oh, I'm so impressed with that. Well, what we're going to do, Dr. Smith and Dr. Alcaide, we're going to go to our sponsors, and we'll be right back. All right. We'll be right back after word from some of our sponsors. Straightforward is brought to you by Chalk by Quincy, introduces Excellence Redefined, timepieces of the finest technology, luxury, and class with tons of style at chalklifestyle.com. Renal Associates, LLC, a team of physicians dedicated to excellent kidney care with 5 convenient locations to serve you. Stark Avenue, Columbus, Bradley Park, Columbus, Lafayette Parkway, LaGrange, East Burkhalter Avenue, Buena Vista, and Springs Street in Warm Springs.
History is important because it shows where you're coming from and where you're going. Type 2 diabetes is something that runs in my family, which means I'm at risk. In fact, 1 in 3 American adults are at risk for developing type 2 diabetes. And knowing this, if I do nothing, that family history becomes my family's future. And my family is too important to me for that. Take the risk factor assessment today at AskScreenNo.com.
Hello, I am Art Dunning, Interim President of Albany State University. It is a critical juncture in the history of this institution. The actions we take today will chart the course for this university's future and viability. Today I'm calling on all ASU alums, faculty and staff, and friends to join me in identifying and investing in the next class of ASU students as we try to move to the next level in scholarship and research by recruiting the most talented students in the state of Georgia and beyond. Taking ASU's reputation and standing to a higher ground requires us to be more selective and deliberate in the recruitment of students, faculty, and staff. Today we are focusing our efforts on the recruitment of more Hope Scholars and high-achieving students. To do that, we need your support. We need your support to provide merit-based scholarships to support their study at our campus. We also need to enhance our need-based scholarship program. And this is done to retain the great students we currently have on campus who need financial support, to ensure that they are able to focus on their studies and not how they will finance their education. Together we can accomplish these goals. I'm asking each of you to join me today in making a donation of $100 to the ASU Scholarship Fund. If only 1,500 of our 10,000 plus alums would give, we would have $150,000 to support scholarships. If 3,000 would give, we would have $300,000. Let me show you the impact this would have. $150,000 would provide 150 merit-based scholarships to support our students at 100 schools across the state. $300,000 would provide 600 students with a small need-based scholarship of $500 each. For many of our students, this small amount is the difference between completing their coursework and having to sit out a semester due to lack of funding. Together, our small donations can make a major impact on the success of our students. It's all about the power of one. Let's make a powerful statement and impact their lives and the future of Albany State University. Thank you for your time and your investment in ASU. Please make your donations to the ASU Foundation today. We deeply support these students and we need your help.
Trust me, I'm a doctor.
Trust me, I'm a lawyer.
Trust me, I'm a car thief.
When it comes to insurance fraud, it's not always easy knowing who's the good guy and who's the bad guy. If you suspect insurance fraud, call 1-800-TEL-NICB.
We do it for the barn.
Hi, I'm Pastor Quinn, Senior Pastor of New Destiny Church.
And I'm Lady Denitra Hartnett, and we would like to invite you out to worship with us at New Destiny Church, where we do it for the vine.
And welcome back to Straightforward. I'm continuing my conversation with the awesome team from Renal Associates. You all, I just can't get through singing your praises. You are offering so much to the community, quality care. Dr. Alcaide, you all have worked very hard on bringing the best talent to the area. And so this is how we got Dr. Ramanath from the University of Alabama.
Yes, yes. And certainly we'd like to introduce him to the community, to you. He's an excellent addition to our group, and he's bringing an awful lot of talent, particularly from UAB, and we are very proud of that.
He and Dr. Smith, Tamorie Smith, are both UAB, wonderful, intelligent, bright young people.
That's right.
Yes. Yes. And so how do you feel about making that transition from Birmingham over to Columbus? We're a little smaller, but how has that experience been for you?
Yeah, first of all, thank you so much for appearing here and having an occasion to talk to you guys. It's been great so far, actually. I mean, the reception here has been extremely warm. I mean, South is known for its warmth, and I have had a wonderful time. You know,
the Southern hospitality.
Hospitality is just everywhere, and so from me, for training at UAB and then moving here, it was not a very far move, but it's been the people have been very welcoming to me. And I've had a great experience working with my partners here.
Oh, you have an awesome team there. And so what areas are you working in? I know that you all have very large geography. So you are serving people in Columbus. Is it you're in Troup County and LaGrange?
Yes,
Where is your primary location?
And at the moment, I'm based here in LaGrange and Opelika and Warm Springs. But we also, with the rest of our partners, we also move
around.
And absolutely Columbus is where our main practice is. And
so you're in LaGrange.
Yes, ma'am.
And so that's about 40 minutes up the road. And then, of course, the historic Warm Springs, which we have where the Roosevelt Institute and all of those historic places. And then Columbus.
Absolutely.
And so we are planning on you being here for a very long time. How did you get into becoming a nephrologist? What led you to that?
It's a great question. When I was during the part of my training as a doctor, some of my best mentors had been nephrologists, and that is kind of where I grew to love the specialty. And one of the great things about the specialty is that you have, you get to meet your patients both in the office, you get to take care of them in the hospital,
right.
And then in some cases we have our dialysis patients,
right.
for whom you become their doctor for several years.
And so it's really more of like building family relationships
Absolutely.
than just once a year doctor's visit,
Absolutely.
or that you get to care for them ongoing.
Ongoing.
And I just want to commend this entire team. I can't say it enough. My family, all of us feel that same way. But I think you've joined an awesome team. I know you have to be brilliant to be on this team because they are some of the best. I mean, we've seen them take someone from ground zero to, almost a 10, and do it very effortlessly. So I am very excited. Do you have family? Are you married?
I do. I have a wife, and then I have a 2.5-year-old daughter.
Oh my goodness! So you're juggling being a new partner, wife, and being a father.
Absolutely.
Well, then that gives you. I have to give you extra credit for that as well. So I'm going to give a few more points to the University of Alabama. Okay, Dr. Alcaide.
One addition I would just like to. One thing I would like to add is that. For patients that if they see any one doctor in Renal Associates, actually they're seeing 5 doctors. So because our group practice the team approach.
Yes.
So we all of us have a regular exchange of ideas every day, so to be able to come up with the best treatment plan for the patient.
Exactly, and I know that it's a consistent care because I can speak to that. I'm your best commercial.
Yes.
We would always ask our father, who did you see today? Didn't always have the names, but he had nicknames for you all. Very funny. Dr. Smith was his wife. And then Dr. Shohan was, had a different name for him. And so that's how we would know which one of you saw him. But it was always consistent. And the people in your office, very professional, efficient, timely. If you needed something, they were just really on it. So I'm your biggest cheerleader.
Well, you really make us proud.
Well, no, you all do an awesome job. And I believe in giving people, accolades. If they do a good job, I will be the first to tell them. Dr. Smith knows me well. And if they don't, I will be the first to tell them if they're not doing a good job.
Very good.
So where do you all see the care going in terms of educating in Columbus, but you want to go out into the rural counties and try to help us all to be healthy.
Absolutely.
And so that's your same fose as well.
Yes.
Okay.
And as much awareness as we can generate about the chronic kidney disease, the better. Because one of the things about this is that, it's not painful. You do not know it, that you have it, unless you go to the doctor and you check for it. And sometimes you don't realize, if you don't go to the doctor, you won't realize it until it's too late. Or it's too far down the line.
Now I've just learned that because usually if people have a kidney infection, you have a kidney infection, but with kidney disease, you could have it and it's not the pain and all of that.
Right.
Wow.
Right. Yes.
Wow. And so we all should be checking ourselves annually, is it through blood work or something that we can determine how our kidneys are functioning?
Yeah, it's usually through blood tests because we measure kidney function there, and the blood test is creatinine, so that ought to be 1 or below to be normal. So the higher that number is, the worse the kidney function.
Okay.
So at least you have something a mark that you can see whether your kidney function is out of order or not.
Well, and that's something now I think we need to spread that word because when we go for our physicals, they're drawing blood, but we don't really always know what they're drawing the blood for. Most people think they're looking for cancer or something like that, but we should be asking our primary care physician what that kidney level is.
That's right. Blood test, that kidney level in the blood is one. Another one is protein in the urine, and also your blood pressure. So I think for the most part, just be cognizant of those 3, and that would really come back to your kidney function.
Okay. Well, what we're going to do now, we're going to go to our final break, to our sponsors, and then we're going to bring Dr. Smith back in, and the 3 of us will end this conversation. All right? We'll be right back after word from some of our sponsors. Straightforward is brought to you by Warrior Outreach. Contact Command Sergeant Major Retired Sam Rhodes or Kathy Rhodes. Freedom Printing for all of your designer printing needs. Gunboat Plaza, Suite 18.
Hi, I'm Michael DeQuier, band director here at Albany State University. As you may or may not know, our marching band has been invited to the 2016 Tournament of Roses Parade. And with me is the Tournament of Roses Parade president, Mr. Mike Matheson.
Michael, it's been great to meet the band and the community and to drum up the support that your band's going to need to come to Pasadena.
Thank you very much, Mike. Well, to get there, we need your help. And you can help by visiting our website or calling the ASU Foundation. We will be in Pasadena, California, January 2016. Thank you very much.
Walmart's reason for supporting Thurgood Marshall College Fund is simple. We like to win. And we have been given a lot of exposure to some incredible talent. And we also believe that it's a part of our responsibility to the community to give back. This is a great opportunity to do both. It's been a wonderful experience for us through the years. We've appreciated our partnership. We believe in return on investment, and we have definitely had a remarkable return.
I'm Drew Brees, and being a dad means the world to me. And one of the most important things any parent can do is make sure their kids get active at least 60 minutes each day. Studies show that physical activity not only helps kids stay healthy, it can enhance important skills like concentration and problem solving, which can improve academic performance. This means physical activity can help your kids in the most important game of all, life.
Columbus's first New York-style buffalo wings restaurant. American Deli is not only known for the best buffalo wings in the area, they're also known for their fresh deli ingredients. Now you can enjoy the best New York-style buffalo wings in 2 locations. American Deli at 2004 Auburn Avenue, Columbus, Georgia, and American Wings and Deli at 2061 Highway 280 in Phoenix City. We're open Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., Friday and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sunday from noon to 8 p.m. American Deli, the best buffalo wings around.
Welcome back to Straightforward. I'm continuing my conversation with the awesome team from Renal Associates. You all are just my biggest heroes, and I just want to thank you all so much, not just for the awesome care that you all have provided for my father, who has moved on at the age of 92 from work to reward, but for all of us that we're in this community, in the metro area, and I know that you will give us top-notch care, and now I've learned that you're also willing to educate us on being healthy, keeping our kidneys as healthy as long as we can for free. But I'd like for you to share the names of your other partners in case some of our viewers encounter them, and all of those wonderful 5 locations that you have to serve people.
Well, as I said earlier in the presentation, there are 5 of us in all. There's Dr. Alcaide, Dr. Chohan. Both of them couldn't be here today because they're seeing patients. We have to keep this thing going.
Gotta keep it going. Yeah.
And then, of course, the 3 of us, Dr. Alcaide, Dr. Ramanath, and then I'm Dr. Smith. I'm the only female in the group, but somehow I managed to keep all the guys.
Well, every team needs a woman to keep that balance. Right.
And as you mentioned, we have several locations. Our Columbus location at Bradley Park is our main location. Our hours there are from 9 a.m. until 5:30. And we also have another location in Columbus. It's on Stark Avenue, which is off of Winton Road.
And across from Popeye's Chicken.
From Popeye's Chicken. I didn't want to make that.
I know, right?
And so that's one of our satellite locations. We all do see patients there as well.
Right.
And then we have a dialysis facility that we service in Phoenix City. We also have a facility in LaGrange. We also have a facility that we go to in Warm Springs, and we see patients in a CKD clinic up in Warm Springs.
Wow.
We also go to the rehab facility in Roosevelt, Warm Springs area. We have a clinic as well as a dialysis facility in Buena Vista. And more recently, we have also started going to the hospital in Eufaula.
Really?
So we see patients there. We can provide dialysis there, CKD care, and we have a CKD clinic that we do in Eufaula as well.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, so we're in 2 states.
Absolutely.
Alabama and Georgia.
And we have a dialysis facility that we go to and have patients in Opelika as well.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. And then even when people are in regional rehab, you're showing up there.
Absolutely.
Right, I know that from
Absolutely.
firsthand experience. So with all the other services, if you have one of your patients, you follow the patient wherever the patient goes.
Wherever they go in the city of Columbus, and then of course regional rehab, which is in Phoenix City. We go to any facility there. We have privileges at all the hospitals, at all the rehabs here in town, Columbus Specialty, which is an LTAC facility, and then as I mentioned, the rehab and LTAC in Roosevelt Warm Springs. We go there and service our patients.
Okay, and what are the standard operating hours? Because I know if you have satellites, those might vary. But at your main on
at
Bradley
our main
Park.
office and at the office on Stark Avenue, we are 9 a.m. to 5:30.
Okay, and
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
for the nephrologist.
That's for the nephrologist. That's
Right.
not our dialysis, because that's a separate entity.
Exactly.
For the nephrologist, our office itself, our good, reliable office staff, which
Right.
we count on, 9 a.m. till 5:30.
Okay, and those facilities is where we have the dietitians. And those are the individuals that are providing those classes for individuals like myself to make sure we don't fall off the wagon.
So the classes that we provide, we do that in partnership with DaVita Dialysis, which is the dialysis provider that we are with here in town.
Okay.
And so they provide us their dietitians and sometimes their nursing staff, and we do that education in partnership. And that's one of the ways that we can assure other nephrologists that if their patients get CKD education, it's not necessarily Renal Associates.
Right.
You know, we don't want to infringe upon their patient relationship.
Right.
But we just know that CKD is so important. And so in that partnership, that Kidney Smart class is available to anyone in the community.
Okay, Kidney Smart class. Well, what we're going to do is people will get a chance to see your website. And for those that deal so much in technology, they can whip out that new phone and find you. Again, a wonderful tip today is when we get our annual physicals, Dr. Alcaide has told me I should be asking my physician about that level, because normally I'm asking about cancer or something else, but I need to ask about my kidneys. So I should be doing that. And then we have our brand new member, UAB, Dr. Ramanath, I know, along with Dr. Smith. And so UAB is kind of taking over, but I know that Dr. Alcaide, Alapan, and Shohan, that you all have gotten some of the best talent. And I am so very, very thankful for, once again, for all that you all did for our family. You all are awesome. Again, Dr. Alcaide, Dr. Smith, and Dr. Ramanath, and the best to the entire team at Renal Associates. I am behind you 100%. If you need someone to do a public speaking, I am the one, because I have my own testimony. And thank you all so much for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
so much for having us.
This has been Straightforward. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Until next time, be blessed.